The Water and Sewerage Authority today hosted a meeting for Tobago Contractors to discuss matters relevant to pipeline maintenance, road restoration, and NSDP activities. Kenisha George was at the meeting held at the Rovenels Resort and filed this report.
WASA is getting tough on road restoration contractors. With over $463 million spent to repair pipes and fix roads in the past 5 years, the authority is implementing a harsh standpoint in its business dealings with contractors in order to effectively tackle the problem of substandard road restoration and pipeline repair works. Director of Corporate Services, Mr. Dudnat Bola, explained that the meeting is to talk.
Let us talk about how this contract is being executed. Let us talk about the effectiveness of this. Let us talk about the strengths. Let us talk about the weaknesses. You will hear from us the way we feel, and that feeling is as a result of inputs we have been getting from different sectors in terms of the quality of workmanship. So we will talk about that today also. We want to hear from you. What are your challenges? And we want to discuss that.
Meanwhile, Rafi David, head of Tobago Affairs, reported on the performance of the Tobago contractors, placing emphasis on quality work.
We have quality assurance officers, and I hardly mention them because this is about you doing it right, not about us policing you. We don't want a state where we have to have plenty of policemen to make sure people do it right. As good citizens, as good contractors, we expect that this quality has to come out from you. That is part of your being. That is what you're about. You're about doing quality work so that we won't have to pick and choose when time comes for us and when required to decide which contractor to select. It should be that we could choose anyone and the job would be as good as we want it to be.
Head of Procurement and Logistics, Wendell Diaz, dealt directly with new tenders as he outlined that the present contract ends on October 31st, 2013. Mr. Diaz explained that a number of the contractors, whether new or existing, will find it very challenging to tender as they are currently in possession of the performance appraisal of each and every contractor.
I urge you to find out what's your status and to find out how good you all are performing, because the performance will play a major role in separating the chicken from the eggs. It's part of the evaluation criteria, your performance, but I am assuming that in this room, especially in Tobago, everybody doing really good work. I'm assuming that.
He insisted that they should practice quality work as they still have the opportunity before the tendering process is closed in July. Kenisha George, Channel 5 News.
Meanwhile, fed up of the faulty and shoddy work being done by contractors, as well as the reputation of the authority's image being tarnished, WASA's CEO, Gerard York, described himself as a frustrated and angry CEO.
At WASA, we strive for excellence. Excellence in everything that we do. Excellence in the way we behave. So we expect excellence in the road restoration and pipeline maintenance workmanship.
He stated that WASA's current challenge is repeated jobs.
62 repeat jobs over the period. Anytime you repeat a job, I have to pay you again and again and again. And that is where the image is bad. On the windward side, 37 repeat jobs out of 1725 done. It may not seem a lot to you, but it's a lot to the people in Tobago to see the same job being repeated, having talked about it, having identified it, and seen a contractor coming back over and over and over to do the same job.
The CEO added that when this happens, WASA receives the brunt of the blame.
They don't know you. WASA they know. Whilst I'm paying you a whole heap of money, we are getting the blame for bad work. This has to stop.
This meeting follows growing public concern and dissatisfaction over the poor condition in which roadways are left subsequent to pipeline repairs. It was intended to bring about an instant improvement in the overall standard of work done by contractors, On behalf of the authority,